2022 Smile was quietly one of the most profitable studio movies of the last couple years. Originally designed as a low-budget movie for Paramount Plus, a round of excellent test screenings resulted in Paramount Pictures opting to give it a wide theatrical release. The result was a movie that grossed over $217 million worldwide on a $17 million budget. It immediately established writer-director Parker Finn, who adapted the movie from his own short, Laura Hasn't Slept, as a horror phenom. And the release of this ambitious sequel is definitely one of the bigger horror events of the year. So how does Smile 2 stack up to its sleeper hit predecessor? Amazingly well, it turns out. Boasting a bigger budget, Parker Finn's taken what could have been a run-of-the-mill sequel and elevated it to truly dazzling heights. I liked the first movie well enough, but I wasn't prepared for how much fun the sequel is right off the bat. So Smile 2 begins with a full-on action sequence, with Kyle Gallner's Joel, who ended the first film cursed, trying to pass along his affliction in the most altruistic way possible, given that he was a heroic cop in the first movie. He tries to infect sadistic mobsters in a surprisingly potent shootout. Things don't go quite the way he planned, as is normal in a horror movie, with him unwittingly passing the curse along to a troubled pop star named Sky Riley, played by Naomi Scott, who becomes haunted by the curse, which sends her life quickly spiraling out of control on the eve of her New World tour. Given the increased scope of the film, Finn is able to use his bigger platform in a way that truly pushes the envelope from what we'd expect in a movie like this. It's the rare A-level studio horror film, and Finn uses the pop aspect to stage some bravura, quasi-musical sequences, with this perhaps the only movie you'll see that feels equally inspired by Hideo Nakata and Bob Fosse. He has an amazing lead in Naomi Scott, who you may remember from Power Rangers, the movie, and Aladdin, and she gives the performance of her life as Riley, who was already badly addled before ever being cursed following drug addiction and a nearly life-ending accident. Scott embraces the camp aspect of her character, playing Riley to the hilt as she becomes more and more demented as the film goes on. It's the kind of performance you'd expect from someone like Nicolas Cage in that it's unapologetically maximalist and delicious. She's ably supported by Rosemary DeWitt, who grounds things a little bit as her opportunistic mother, and Dylan Galula as her ride-or-die BFF. Lucas Gage also pops up and has a knockout sequence early in the film where he gets to choose some scenery, and does it really well, I gotta say. Plus, Jack Nicholson's look-alike son, Ray Nicholson, also shows up as a character in Riley's orbit that I'm not going to spoil here, and purposely channels his father in his big moment. My only question about Smile 2 is, as far as its reception by horror fans goes. The movie is so unapologetically camp that I do wonder if some fans of the lower-key original might be somewhat put off. For me, it was the opposite, as I thought Smile 2 dwarfed its predecessor in a big way, but it could rub some folks the wrong way with its heavy doses of pitch-black comedy. However, Finn also doesn't skimp on the gore, with it far more gruesome than the original, with it also having a big payoff that's an all-timer for me as far as these things go. Indeed, I was shocked at how much I absolutely loved Smile 2. For me, it's one of the more entertaining films I've seen this year, and the 2-hour-plus running time raced by. It's a gore-soaked blast, and I'm shocked to give it a 9 out of 10, but wow, I enjoyed it. I think it's probably my favorite horror movie of the year, other than The Substance, so well done, Parker Finn.